Another late night. Another project milestone hit. Sarah Chun, Vice President of Marketing, stared at the glittering San Francisco skyline, a city built on ambition. By all external measures, she was winning. The promotion to CMO felt within reach. Yet, beneath the surface of success, a persistent emptiness echoed. The more she achieved, the more elusive true satisfaction seemed. It felt like running on an endless treadmill, chasing a horizon that kept receding. Is this it? She wondered. Is this relentless pursuit truly the path to getting what I want? Or is there another way, a deeper wisdom that unlocks fulfillment not through more striving, but through a different kind of knowing? What if the secret to getting everything lies not in chasing more, but in becoming more within? Welcome to the Noble Wisdom Path, where we uncover the sacred truths of your journey through Buddhist wisdom. Sarah's story isn't unique. In our hyper-connected, achievement-driven world, many of us feel that familiar pang, the constant pressure to do more, be more, have more. We chase promotions, possessions, validation, believing they hold the key to happiness. But how often does reaching the summit reveal another, higher peak? How often does the initial thrill fade, leaving us feeling just as restless as before? This relentless pursuit, this deep-seated craving for something more, can become a source of profound stress, anxiety, and burnout. It's the modern manifestation of what ancient Buddhist teachings call Tanha, the thirst, the craving that inevitably leads to dukkha, or suffering. But what if the path to true fulfillment, to getting what you truly want, isn't about adding more layers to our already burdened lives? What if it's about subtraction, about uncovering the peace and wholeness that already reside within? Join us as we follow Sarah's journey, exploring how timeless Zen and Buddhist principles, interwoven with insights from modern psychology and philosophy, can guide us away from the exhausting chase and towards a life of genuine inner peace and authentic success. We'll discover how letting go, cultivating mindful presence, and understanding our true intentions can paradoxically bring us everything we've been searching for. This isn't about abandoning ambition. It's about redefining it from a place of wisdom and inner stillness. Sarah's drive was relentless. It had propelled her up the corporate ladder. Yet, each success felt like a sugar rush, intense, fleeting, and followed by an inevitable crash back into wanting. The praise in her performance review felt distant, the potential CMO title a shimmering mirage that promised completion but somehow felt empty even in anticipation. She found herself endlessly scrolling, comparing her journey to the curated highlights of others, fueling a quiet anxiety. Was she doing enough? Was she enough? This gnawing feeling, this perpetual sense of lack despite external abundance, is the very essence of Tanha, the second noble truth taught by the Buddha. It's the insatiable thirst for things to be different, for more pleasure, more security, more validation. And this thirst, the Buddha explained, is the root of dukkha, the pervasive dissatisfaction, stress, and suffering that colors so much of human experience. It's not just the big desires. It's the subtle wanting that pulls us out of the present moment, wanting the meeting to end, wanting the weekend to arrive, wanting difficult feelings to disappear. Modern psychology echoes this ancient wisdom with concepts like the hedonic treadmill. Research shows that humans have a remarkable ability to adapt to positive changes. That raise, that new car, even that coveted promotion, the happiness boost they provide is often temporary. We quickly return to our baseline level of satisfaction, and the thirst begins anew, seeking the next external fix. Sarah was running hard on this treadmill, mistaking motion for progress, achievement for fulfillment. The first step off this exhausting cycle wasn't to run faster, but to simply recognize the pattern, to see the thirst for what it was, a conditioned response, not an inherent truth about her inadequacy. Recognizing the treadmill was one thing. Stepping off felt like another challenge entirely. Sarah initially tried to suppress her ambition, fearing it was the source of her suffering. But a conversation with an older colleague, a quiet mentor figure who seemed to navigate the corporate world with unusual grace, offered a different perspective. Ambition itself isn't the problem, Sarah, he'd said gently. It's the quality of that ambition. Is it coming from a place of lack or a place of genuine contribution? This resonated deeply. It mirrored the Buddhist distinction between Tanha, the craving rooted in ego and lack, and Chanda, which translates to wholesome intention or zeal. Chanda is the energy that drives us towards positive goals, learning, growing, helping others, creating something meaningful. It's fueled by inspiration, not desperation. Sarah began to question her relentless drive for the CMO title. Was it truly about leading or about proving something? She started experimenting, shifting her focus slightly. Instead of solely strategizing her path upwards, she invested more energy in mentoring junior team members, finding genuine satisfaction in their growth. She focused on the creative aspects of her marketing campaigns that truly excited her, connecting them to values beyond just market share. This shift wasn't always easy. Old habits of comparison and self-criticism flared up, especially when projects faced setbacks. This is where she discovered the profound power of karuna, or compassion, particularly self-compassion. Inspired by the work of researchers like Dr. Kristen Neff, Sarah learned that treating herself with the same kindness she would offer a struggling friend wasn't weakness. It was a source of resilience. When a campaign didn't perform as expected, instead of spiraling into self-blame, "I failed, I'm not good enough," she started pausing, acknowledging the disappointment, and offering herself understanding. "This is hard right now. It's okay to feel disappointed. What can I learn from this?" As Dr. Neff writes, self-compassion is simply giving the same kindness to ourselves that we would give to others. This practice didn't erase challenges, but it fundamentally changed her relationship with them, replacing harsh judgment with gentle acceptance and a willingness to learn. Shifting intention was powerful, but the real test came during the launch of a high-stakes campaign. The pressure was immense, and the outcome uncertain. In the past, this uncertainty would have consumed Sarah, fueling anxiety and sleepless nights. Now, armed with a new perspective, she approached it differently. She poured her energy into the work itself, refining the strategy, supporting her team, delivering the best possible presentation. But she consciously practiced letting go of her attachment to the result, specifically, whether this campaign would be the final key to the CMO office. This is the practice of upekkha, often translated as equanimity. It's one of the 4 Brahmaviharas, or sublime states, in Buddhism. Upekkha isn't indifference. It's a profound, unshakable balance of mind, rooted in wisdom. It's the ability to engage fully in life, with passion and dedication, while remaining inwardly stable regardless of external fluctuations, success or failure, praise or blame. It's closely aligned with the wisdom of Stoicism. As the philosopher Epictetus reminded us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Sarah couldn't control the executive's final decision or the market's reaction, but she could control the quality of her effort, her integrity, and her response to whatever happened. She started seeing her work not as a means to an end, the promotion, but as the practice itself. Each task, each meeting, became an opportunity to cultivate presence and act with wholesome intention, *Chanda*. When doubts arose, she acknowledged them without letting them dictate her actions. When faced with criticism during a presentation, she listened openly, responded thoughtfully, but didn't internalize it as a personal failing. This detachment wasn't cold, it was freeing. It allowed her to act with greater clarity and courage, unburdened by the desperate need for a specific outcome. She was learning to act from fullness, not from lack. The corporate world often felt like a relentless storm. Urgent emails, back-to-back meetings, unexpected crises. Previously, Sarah would get swept away by the chaos, her mind racing, her body tense. Now, she started practicing finding anchors amidst the turbulence. During a particularly tense budget meeting where conflicting opinions flared, she felt the familiar surge of defensiveness. But instead of reacting impulsively, she consciously brought her attention to her breath, just for a moment. She noticed the tension in her shoulders, the rapid beat of her heart. She didn't try to change it, just noticed it. This simple act of mindfulness, of bringing non-judgmental awareness to the present moment, created a crucial space. As Viktor Frankl observed, between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. This wasn't about zoning out, it was about grounding herself. She began incorporating micro-practices throughout her day. Before logging into a stressful video call, she'd take 60 seconds to do a quick body scan. When feeling overwhelmed by her inbox, she'd practice the anchor in the present technique, pausing to consciously notice 3 things she could see, 2 sounds she could hear, and the feeling of her feet on the ground. These small acts became lifelines, pulling her back from the whirlpool of anxious thoughts. Underlying this practice was a growing understanding of anicca, impermanence. She started observing how even the most intense pressures eventually subsided, how challenging projects came to an end, how moments of success also faded. Nothing was permanent. Recognizing this didn't make the challenges disappear, but it lessened their grip. If this stress, this pressure, this success is also impermanent, she reasoned, perhaps I don't need to cling so tightly or resist so fiercely. This acceptance of constant change allowed her to navigate the storms with greater resilience, finding a quiet stability not by controlling the waves, but by anchoring herself in the present moment. Through these practices, letting go of outcomes, cultivating self-compassion, anchoring in the present, something profound began to shift within Sarah. In moments of quiet reflection, away from the noise of deadlines and expectations, she started glimpsing a different kind of fulfillment. It wasn't the exhilarating high of achievement, but a quiet, steady sense of peace. She realized, with startling clarity, that the relentless pursuit of the CMO title wasn't about the role itself, but about chasing a feeling she thought the role would provide, a feeling of being enough, of being secure, of being finally peaceful. This realization was both unsettling and liberating. The identity she had so carefully constructed, Sarah Chun, the successful executive destined for the top, began to feel less solid, less real. This touches upon the deep Buddhist insight of Anatta, or no self. It suggests that the fixed, independent self we often cling to, especially the one defined by external roles and achievements, is an illusion, a temporary collection of experiences, thoughts, and feelings. Seeing this didn't mean Sarah ceased to exist, but it loosened the grip of the ego that constantly demanded validation. Who was she, really, beneath the job title, the ambition, the anxieties? The answer wasn't a new label, but a spacious awareness, a quiet presence that was inherently peaceful, needing nothing external to complete it. Peace wasn't a destination to be reached after becoming CMO. It was an inner compass, available right here, right now, pointing towards her true north. The most surprising shift wasn't just internal, it radiated outwards. As Sarah operated less from a place of needing to prove herself, and more from a place of quiet confidence and presence, her interactions changed. Colleagues seemed more receptive to her ideas, conflicts were navigated with greater ease, and surprisingly, new opportunities began to emerge, ones she hadn't even been chasing. It was as if by letting go of the desperate need to control and grasp, she had created space for life to flow towards her. This is the subtle magnetism of inner stillness. When the mind is calm and the heart is open, free from the static of craving and fear, it emits a different kind of energy, one that others sense and trust. Furthermore, as her own sense of lack diminished, she found herself genuinely celebrating the successes of others, embodying mudita, or sympathetic joy. The success of a colleague no longer felt like a threat to her own, but a shared win. This shift from competition to connection further amplified the positive energy around her. She wasn't getting what she wanted by chasing it, but by embodying the very qualities, peace, clarity, generosity, that made those outcomes a natural consequence. Sarah's journey wasn't about magically getting everything she initially desired. The CMO position eventually went to someone else. But by then, it didn't matter in the same way. Her transformation wasn't about changing her external world to fit her desires, but about reshaping her inner world so profoundly that her desires themselves transformed. She didn't get what she wanted. She became what she wanted, peaceful, centered, and acting from a place of authentic purpose. The path to getting whatever you truly want, as illuminated by Zen wisdom and Buddhist teachings, is indeed a paradox. It's not about more striving, more control, or more accumulation. It's about purification, clearing the mental clutter of craving, Tanha, cultivating wholesome intentions, Chanda, and self-compassion, Karuna, acting with balanced equanimity, Upeka, anchoring ourselves in the ever-present now through mindfulness, accepting impermanence, Anika, and uncovering the inherent peace that lies beneath the illusion of a separate, needy self, Anatta. When we stop chasing and start embodying, when we operate from fullness instead of lack, life responds in kind. Like the still mountain attracting the rivers, we draw towards us what aligns with our deepest, truest nature. This path isn't reserved for monks and monasteries. It's available to each of us, right here amidst the beautiful chaos of modern life. It begins with the courage to look within, to question our desires, and to practice, moment by moment. Perhaps today, you can try one small practice. Take 5 minutes for the anchor in the present technique. Notice 3 things you see, 2 sounds you hear, 1 sensation in your body. Or, before sleep, try the 3-minute reflection. Jot down 1 thing you're grateful for, or 1 kind word you can offer yourself. These small seeds, watered consistently, can blossom into profound inner change. Thank you for walking this path with us today on the Noble Wisdom Path. If these insights resonated with you, please show your support by liking this video and sharing your reflections in the comments below. What does getting what you truly want mean to you? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to continue exploring profound wisdom for a more peaceful and purposeful life. Join the Noble Wisdom Path community as we uncover the sacred truths together. Until next time, may you walk with clarity and peace.